Imagine being one of the wealthiest individuals on Earth. You spend years collaborating with world-class naval architects, pouring over $100 million into creating your ultimate dream vessel. It features a private helipad, an infinity pool, and a custom interior tailored exclusively to your finest tastes. But the moment the shipyard hands over the keys, you do something completely inexplicable. You hand those keys right over to a central charter agency. You officially list your deeply personal, ultra-luxury sanctuary on the open market, allowing complete strangers to sleep in your master suite and party on your decks for $600,000 a week. Why would a billionaire compromise their absolute privacy for a fraction of the ship's value? Is it because they desperately need the cash? Not at all. Today, we are opening the secret ledger of the maritime elite to uncover the brutal math behind the superyacht charter loophole. It's not a business. It's the ultimate legal tax shield. To understand this financial chess game, we first have to look at where these vessels live. If you look at the stern of almost any modern mega yacht, you won't see home ports like New York, London, or Paris. Instead, you'll see Georgetown, Valletta, or Bikini Atoll. This isn't a coincidence. It's the first line of defense against global tax authorities. When a billionaire registers a super yacht purely for private use, they face a financial firing squad. In many jurisdictions, importing a massive private luxury asset triggers immediate, non-refundable value-added tax, or VAT, which can run as high as 20 to 25%. On a $100 million vessel, that is a $25 million bill due on day one. Furthermore, private yachts face strict operational restrictions, higher port duties, and zero relief on fuel. This is where the charter loophole rewrites the rules. By declaring the yacht as a commercial charter vessel rather than a private toy, the entire asset is legally transformed into a business. Under maritime and international tax laws, commercial entities are structured to generate revenue, which instantly qualifies them for massive tax deferrals or total exemptions. Suddenly, that $25 million VAT bill disappears, or is indefinitely deferred, because you are importing a commercial asset meant for trade. But it gets better. Think about the fuel. A large mega yacht can easily consume thousands of liters of marine diesel per hour. As a commercial charter vessel, the owner enjoys duty-free, tax-exempt fuel in many ports around the world, saving hundreds of thousands of dollars on a single Atlantic crossing. But tax authorities aren't stupid. They demand proof that your business is legitimate. To maintain commercial status, the yacht must actively participate in the charter market. This brings us to what industry insiders call the 8-week alibi. The yacht's management company ensures the vessel is successfully chartered to wealthy third parties for just 6 to 8 weeks during peak season. Those 8 weeks of charter income will never make the yacht profitable. Remember the golden rule of yacht accounting. Annual running costs safely average 10% of the vessel's original cost. A $10 million annual operating deficit cannot be erased by a few weeks of rental income. But profit was never the goal. The true magic happens when the billionaire's parent corporation claims the yacht's multi-million-dollar operational losses and heavy annual depreciation as corporate write-offs against their main, highly profitable business empires. So what happens during the remaining 44 weeks of the year? The billionaire simply rents their own yacht back from their own charter company. They pay the market rate to their own corporate subsidiary, effectively moving money from their left pocket to their right pocket, while enjoying their customized floating palace, completely tax-deductible. Superyachts are masterclasses in advanced naval engineering, but behind the scenes, they are equally complex masterpieces of maritime financial engineering. They are floating corporations designed to absorb wealth and deflect taxes. The next time you see a legendary mega yacht listed for charter, look closely at the name on the hull. You aren't looking at a leisure cruiser, you're looking at a floating tax fortress.